You're watching Epic Light Media. I'm Thomas Manning, and this channel is sponsored by Hot Rod Cameras. At Hot Rod Cameras, you can buy a bunch of camera gear and equipment. If you're just starting out and you want to make money filming stuff like corporate videos, you're going to have to do it for free first. Do it for somebody you know. You have a friend that owns a business. You have a relative that owns a business. Do some jobs for free. You're going to learn a lot in the process, and it'll help you build your portfolio. Eventually, and I promise you, somebody's going to call you, email you, text you, message you in some way, reaching out, asking you, can you make a video for my company? At that point, you're going to need to start thinking about how you're going to get paid and how you're going to schedule this thing out. First, I want to let you know that I used to clean pools for a living. I used to go into people's backyards and skim the leaves off of their pool. And in despair, I hung my head with sweat pouring down my face in the middle of the Arizona summer and wished that I could make films. I still haven't made a film, but I make a lot of money making commercials. And I love it. I love my job. And you can do it too. I promise. If I can do it, because I don't have the highest IQ in the world, if I can do it, you can do it. You're going to need to ask the client some very specific questions. Number one on my list is, who's going to see this video? Is this a video that's going to be seen on Facebook? Is this pre-roll on YouTube? Is this going to be a TV ad? I have charged clients thousands of dollars before to make a video only to see them post it on their about page on their website, doing them no good because nobody goes to websites. Your client needs to have a goal and a specific audience in mind. Then you need to ask them how long they want the video to be. Sometimes clients have no idea. Now, the length of a video should be determined by the amount of information that needs to be shared, the type of information that needs to be shared, and the retention of the audience. If you have a captive audience and this video is going to be shown at a live event, you can make the video as long as you want because no one's going anywhere. If this is going to be on the internet, it needs to be shorter. And if this is going to be an advertisement, you better ask them if this is going to be a 6-second ad, a 15-second ad, a 30-second ad, a 1-minute ad. All of this is important information. Once you know who's going to be watching the video, where they're going to be watching it, and how long it's going to be, you need to figure out what type of video is this? Number one, the interview and B-roll video. An interview and B-roll video is typically going to be a few minutes long. You're going to film interviews, and then you're going to film B-roll, and you're going to edit it together. Another type of video is a voiceover video. This is when you film B-roll, or you produce motion graphics, and you hire a professional voiceover artist. The amount of gear that you need to bring to your shoot, how long you need to film, how long you need to edit a project, this comes with experience. Once we've gathered our footage and filmed the project, we usually tell a client that it'll take us at least a few days to give them the first cut. I like to make the first cut for the client nice. I like there to be music. I want it to be color graded. I want it to look as good as it possibly can because I want to give them a good impression. At this point, we let them know in an email or conversation or phone call that we would love to hear their feedback. And a lot of times clients say, well, I like the video, but the person said something in this interview here that I don't like. Can we swap it out for this? I think I remember them saying this. And we'll say, yes, they actually didn't say that, but here's a better line here. And they might say, well, the music is a little bit too energetic. Can you find a different song? And we'll say, okay. And we'll go back and forth. It takes a couple days of emails, changing a few things in a video, and the video is done. Normally, we don't get paid until the video's done. If it's a brand new client, we might ask for half of the money up front and then the other half upon completion. But if it's a company that we've worked for and we have a good relationship with and we trust them, we normally just say, yeah, pay us when we're done. At Epic Light Media, we typically do the lights, the camera, and the sound, and a lot of the things in-house. But sometimes we do have expenses. And so we'll tack that onto the client's invoice. And we'll let them know we have a sound guy coming. That's going to be an additional $650. Okay. Or no, we don't have that in the budget. Okay, we're going to have to do it ourselves. And it might not be as good of sound because it's just us and we're running the camera too. And so there's some negotiation there with the client. They need to understand what they're getting for their money. When it comes down to it, people hire us and they probably will hire you because they like you, because they've met you, because they know somebody who's met you. You're not going to get just a call out of the blue. I like your work. I want to work with you because I liked your demo reel. It's usually going to be through personal connections. Sometimes it takes years to develop a strong client base that's always coming back for more videos. Sometimes we have clients that for a season, for a couple years, will be doing some videos with us, and then they'll fall away as a client, or that organization won't be as busy anymore, and then another one will come in. And so it's kind of like this coming and going of clients, but some of them stick around forever. When you get hired to make a video, don't think of this relationship with the client as one video. Potentially, this client could be giving you video work every week for years. This could work out to be a couple $100,000 over the period of a couple years. So the way you approach a client should be with that amount of importance. I'm filming this part of the video on my phone, and I want to talk to you about Hot Rod Cameras. Hot Rod Cameras is a special camera store. It's run by real professionals in the film industry. When you contact them about a piece of gear that you want to buy and you have a question, they'll be able to answer those questions for you. They're not trying to just make a quick buck like or. So if you need to buy equipment, think about Hot Rod Cameras first. Go to their website. Also, on camnoir.com, the people at Hot Rod Cameras run a really cool podcast that features real directors, cinematographers, people in the industry with real knowledge. HotRodCameras.com. If this is your first time doing a video for a client and you're nervous, just do it. You're going to make some big mistakes. Well, maybe not some huge mistakes. You'll probably make a great video for them and they might be very happy, but you're going to know, shoot, like I scheduled 4 hours for that shoot, but really I needed like 10. And the next time you do a project, you'll be able to plan accordingly if it's a similar kind of project. It won't take very long to learn how to do this. It's actually not super difficult. You just need to do it. And a lot of these skills come through experience and watching others do it. If you haven't done a video for a client yet, and you haven't even done a free video for a client, reach out to someone you know who does video and ask them if you can shadow them on a project. That will teach you so much. You'll be able to see how they work with a client. If you can get into situations like that, you will learn a ton. My first video we made, we were paid $200 to make. And a couple years later, a friend of mine told me that he attended this marketing conference and my ad was shown at the conference as an example of the type of ad you should not make because it sucked so bad. And that really hurt my feelings. But hey, it was my first video and I've become much better since then. And I'm pretty sure now people don't use my videos as an example of what not to do. I'm going to give you some red flags to watch out for. This is important. If when you meet with your client, they talk about their last video guy and how bad they sucked, that's a big red flag. That means they might talk about you behind your back about how much you suck. So I might say, you know, this project is going to cost $15,000, and then they'll like go away. So if you don't want to deal with a client because they're mean or you don't like them for some reason, just charge too much. And then they'll say like, screw you. Or if they accept it, then you're cool because then you just made a bunch of money, but now you have to work with a mean person, but that's okay because you're getting paid a bunch of cash. There are so many different topics in this topic to cover. So if you have specific questions, please reach out to us at Epic Light Media. We actually have a lot of knowledge in our brain areas on this topic, and we would love to share that knowledge for free with you. If you liked this video, please don't tell anybody about this channel because we're kind of trying to keep this like an exclusive club for just people who are super interested. If you have subscribed and you're not super serious about this channel, unsubscribe. Leave a negative comment and dislike these videos because we're trying to rank lower on the YouTube algorithms because we don't want to get the wrong type of audience here. We don't want just people that are just kind of interested in film. We want the diehards. Okay? So let's keep this on the down low. You're looking sweaty. I'm sweaty. We're both sweaty. This sucks. Did you know when you talk in front of the camera, your brain is generating a tremendous amount of heat? At least mine does anyway. It has to work overtime. And so my brain starts spilling water out of every single little pore in my face. And then I sweat. It sucks.
Should get a fan.
I should get a fan. Okay.